I want to tell you a story about that conference in Bethlehem because, of course, as Walter said, it was thought to be about 500 people. It ended up being 3 times that much. It shows something to the organizational skill of Prime Minister Fayyads' government that he was able to pull it off anyway with 1,000 Sutton guests, and to pull it off in a way that gave new hope to this very special city of Bethlehem. I had visited Bethlehem not too long before that, and I had seen the difficulties of the hotel that was empty, of really not very much economic life. But of course, even before that, there had been another Bethlehem. The Bethlehem just a few years ago, in which tanks had been in the streets, and in which literally a hole had been blown in the Church of the Nativity by mortar fire. Now, to see, as I was told, 1,000 people in Nativity Square, in the open air, having dinner, just several years after that terrible scene of a hole in the Church of the Nativity, speaks to what is possible when people give voice and give reality to hope. And that is what we are engaged in, giving voice and giving reality to hope. I want you to know that as the time draws nigh for the end of the year, and shortly after that, as a matter of fact on January 20th at 12:01, the end of this administration, I still believe that we must make every effort in the time that we have to lay this foundation for peace. And that still means that we must do everything that we can with the negotiating partners to get to the Annapolis solution. And that would be to find an agreement between these parties by the end of the year. It is very difficult. There's a hard road ahead. But if we do not try, we most certainly will not succeed. And so I want to assure you in closing of one thing. As you think about your investment, as you think about the risks that you will take in an undoubtedly difficult situation to give the Palestinian people a chance at hope, know too that until that moment when I leave office, I will leave no stone unturned to see if we can finally resolve this conflict between peoples. It will mean more than the two-state solution, which frankly sounds a bit antiseptic. It will mean that Palestinians can finally live in dignity in their own state. It will mean that Israelis can finally live in security with a partner that is democratic and that accepts Israel as a neighbor and as a partner. It will mean that the region can finally overcome the many, many differences and the many, many conflicts that it has to live as a region that should be building on the potential of its people, not going down to their worst fears. And it will mean that the international community could finally put behind it this seminal conflict and turn to a world that is certainly more hopeful, more peaceful, more democratic, and more secure. Thank you very much.